You don't need it. I don't. You need every time come.
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन जमुना तीरा वनचारी जमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन जशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन जमुना तीरा वनचारी जमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव राधा माधव जय राधा माधव जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजक आचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतशिष्य श्रीमद् अभय शरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की इस्कॉन बेवड़ी पांडुराचार्य डिवाइन ग्रेस प्रभुपाद की जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजक आचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतशिष्य श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर श्री प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नमाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की श्री राधा मीनत भगवान की श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी सुदर्शन की श्री गौर निताय की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की निताय गौर प्रेमानंद all devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स पदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवम श्री राधा कृष्ण पादन सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदन्नाय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरतिष्ये नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिके So we'll be reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 38. Chapter is entitled Akrura's Arrival in Vrindavan. Text number 27. Dehang vritam yan artha hitva dambham bhiyam sucham sandeshatyo harer linga darshana shravan adibihi. Dehang vritam yan artha hitva dambham bhiyam sucham sandeshatyo harer linga darshana shravan adibihi. Dehang vritam yan artha hitva dambham bhiyam sucham sandeshatyo harer linga darshan shravan adibihi. Anybody? Vaishnav. Vaishnavis. Deham Pritam of embodied beings. Yan, this much. Arthaha, the goal of life. Hitva, giving up. Dambham, pride. Bhiyam, fear. Sucham, and sorrow. Sandeshat, beginning from his being ordered by Kangsha. Ya, which? Hare of Lord Krishna. Linga, the signs. Darshana, with seeing. Shravana, hearing about. Adivihi, and so on. Translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swamy Srila Prabhupada. Translation. The very goal of life for all embodied beings is this ecstasy which Akrura experienced when, upon receiving Kamsa's order, he put aside all pride, fear, and lamentation, and absorbed himself in seeing, hearing, and describing the things that reminded him of Lord Krishna. Purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti explains that Akrura gave up fear by openly showing his love and reverence for Krishna, even though he or his family might have been punished by the angry Kamsa. Akrura gave up his pride in being an aristocratic member of society and worshipped cowherd residents of the simple village of Vrindavan. And he gave up lamenting for his house, wife, and family, which were in danger from King Kamsa. Giving up all these things, he rolled in the dust of the lotus feet of God. Mukam karati vachalam panghullanghaite giring jatkripatamaham vande Shri Gurung Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Isharam. Hare Krishna. After 2 days of very busy festival days, in spite of that, you came here to hear from Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna already appeared. That's why we thought how to enter into that Vrindavan where Krishna appeared. So all of you know that Krishna was there in Vrindavan, then he went to Mathura, and from Mathura he went to Dwarka. So Kamsa used to send demons every day to kill Krishna, but somehow he was not successful. Then he thought there is something wrong in the strategy. So when result doesn't come, then we have to change the strategy. So being a very strategic king, Kamsa wanted to change the strategy. And what is the strategy? He was analyzing that I am sending the demons in the forest. And Krishna is a forest boy, Vrindavan boy. So he is very, very powerful in his own area. So let me take out Krishna from Vrindavan and let him come to the city of Mathura. And here I am powerful. Then I can kill him very easily. That was the strategy. But he did not know, whatever strategy you make, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nothing will work. But he did not realize that till his death. That is a symptom of a demoniac person. Somehow, Kamsa was very intelligent. That's why he thought to change the strategy. And he thought that I should bring Krishna Balaram to Mathura. Then people will doubt why he is calling Krishna Balaram. Everybody knows that Kamsa is inimical to Krishna. Then people will doubt and Krishna Balaram may not come. That's why he was very, very strategic how to invite. So he organized a Dhanurjagya, a festival. And in festival, you can invite anybody. So he invited many other people also. And along with that, Brajavasis, and along with that, Krishna and Ram. The strategy was wonderful strategy. So Akrura was chosen also. Why? Because Akrura is very, very saintly person. And when Akrura will go to bring Krishna Balaram, people will not have any doubt. So he made all kinds of calculations so that nobody can doubt him. So Akrura was called, and Kamsa gave the message about the service. And the service was to bring Krishna Balaram from Nandagram. He was in Nandagaon that time, part of Vrindavan, we'll say Vrindavan. And to bring Krishna from there to Mathura. And he was given a very wonderful chariot, beautiful chariot, brand new chariot. So when Akrura got this message that he is supposed to go to Vrindavan, he felt very jubilant. And different emotions started developing in his heart. And through these emotions, he is revealing different qualifications in order to enter Vrindavan Dham and to see Krishna Balaram. This is a journey of Akrura from Mathura to Vrindavan. Very significant journey. So we'll discuss one by one different emotions, different moods of Akrura in this journey. So as soon as he heard that he has to go to Vrindavan, the first emotion he had that he is unqualified. The first qualification to enter into Vrindavan is we should feel completely unqualified. And that was the first emotion Akrura had. Akrura thought, I am working for Kamsa, I am a demon. So how can I go to Vrindavan and get the mercy of Krishna Balaram? So this mood is very, very important. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also gave the same principle. In order to chant the holy name purely, first qualification is to feel unqualified. If you feel I am qualified, that is the first disqualification. And if you feel unqualified, that is the greatest qualification. When Srila Prabhupada got the service from his spiritual master in his first meeting, even he was not initiated. First meeting, the spiritual master told him to spread the message of Lord Chaitanya all over the world, especially in the Western world, in English-speaking language. So Prabhupada never thought, see, so many disciples are there. I was chosen. I was the chosen disciple by the divine spiritual master. So that is the symptom of material world. But he never felt like that. He started thinking that I am totally disqualified. I am totally unqualified. I have no qualifications. I am a grihastha, doing business, maintaining family. How can I do this job? How can I do this service? He also felt that he is not qualified. So this is the principle. Mahaprabhu said, Tinadapi sunichena tararapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. Humility is the beginning of our spiritual journey. So I give the example that Ado Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangha Bhajana Kriya Anartha Nibriti Nishtha, Ruchi, Ashakti, Bhava and Prema. These are the 9 levels of devotional progress, beginning with Shraddha. But I give the example that our devotional life really begins. Actually, Prabhupada said our devotional life is always a beginning. And really it begins in the spiritual world. When you enter the spiritual world, that time devotional service begins. So it is always a beginning. But still there are different levels of beginning. So we progress towards the spiritual world when we come to the level of nishtha, steadiness in bhakti. And that is represented by verse number 3 of Sikhasta. Tinadapi sunichena taradapi sahishtuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sada hari. Sada hari. Kirtaniya sada hari is the key part of the verse. Means always. Sada means always. And for us, it is translated every day. That is also sada. Now it has become once in a week. That is also sada. So once in festival days, that is sada. I come for Krishna's festival every Janmashtami. I come to the temple every Janmashtami. That is also sada. There are different levels of sada. But real sada means what? Uninterrupted devotional service. Means always. 24 hours a day. Prabhupada declares that a devotee who is pure is busy 24 hours a day in hearing and chanting. Chanting the holy name and hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. It writes in the purport of Srimad Bhagavatam. That is a symptom of a pure devotee. Kirtaniya Sadahari. Uninterrupted devotional service. That is a symptom of nishtha. Steady. Very, very steady. But at least, Prabhupada said, chant the holy name of the Lord. At least, minimum 16 rounds. Because Prabhupada had the idea that he will give 64 rounds concept. But he realized, very difficult. 64, by hearing that nobody will come. Even 16 is also difficult. One of my early days of ISKCON life used to say, Prabhupada gave everything very wonderful, except this 16 round. Why he has given 16? 16 round is very, very difficult, right? And Prabhupada also declared that chant and be happy. So one person came to see how devotees are happy chanting the holy name. I think he came in a temple in London. And he saw that devotees are chanting the holy name, and he saw different kinds of expression, but not expression of happiness, all struggles. So he said that chant, struggle and be happy. Struggling. Why struggling? Because we have no taste. If we don't have taste, ruchi is very difficult to chant with that kind of mood. So for us, chanting is a struggle. But we have to continue with that also. Right? We also feel happy about that. Those who have taste in the holy name, they also feel happy. And those who do not have taste, struggle, they also feel happy. But different kinds of happiness. And those who have no taste and struggle in chanting, they feel very, very happy. The happiest moment of the day is when he finishes his 16 rounds. We thank God also, oh, I finished 16 rounds today. That is a happiness, extreme happiness. I think beyond the Ruchi level. But those who have taste, they feel happy while they are chanting the holy names of the Lord. And what is the symptom of Ruchi? One of the symptoms is, after finishing 16 rounds, they will feel to continue more and more and more. Just like prasadam. If prasadam is very tasty, Even after stomach is full, we like to eat. That is a symptom of taste. But if prasadam is not cooked properly, we think, let me finish quickly. Even seeing the prasadam, we feel satisfied. Why? Because there is no taste. So taste determines the quality. So quality of chanting comes in when we are having taste in the chanting of the holy name. So that's why devotional life really begins at the level of nishtha. It moves. Before that, it's like a car in neutral gear. Right? If car is in neutral gear, it does not move. Brand new car, maybe the very famous model of car, everything is nice, driver is also nice, everything is nice, fuel is also there, everything is ready. But the thing is that car is in neutral gear. So what will happen if you try to increase the accelerator or speed? Only sound, and if the car is not good, smoke will come out. Sound and smoke, that is the result of that driving of that car. Why? Because car is in the neutral gear. So unless we come to this level of nishtha, up to anartha nibriti, our car of devotional life is in neutral gear. We may do so many things, but really we don't progress. Why? Because our car is in neutral gear. What is that neutral gear means? Attachment. As long as material attachments will be there, our car of devotional service really does not move. So therefore, in order to make sure that our car moves, we have to come to the level of nishtha. Nishtha is first gear. Ruchi, second gear. Asakti, third gear. Bhava, fourth gear. And prema, fifth gear. Then your speed is very high. And very quickly, we can attain our goal or destination. So being qualified is the attachment. And being unqualified means detachment. So as long as we feel we are qualified, we will be attached in this world. And the moment we start feeling, realizing that we are not qualified, then our devotional journey begins. Here also, Akrura's spiritual journey to Vrindavan began. Why? He was feeling unqualified. Then you may say, oh, unqualified emotion means you'll go into depression. Nothing will happen because I am not qualified. That is the material understanding now. In order to get motivation, you have to feel that I am qualified. I am a qualified this, I am qualified that. We are very proud to declare that. I am a qualified person. I am a professional person. I am a very competent person. That is the motivation to work in this material world. So that concept comes. So if I feel unqualified, then I will feel I will not be able to do anything. But what is the second emotion? He said, even if I am unqualified, there is hope in my journey. The second emotion is hopeful. Asa Bandha. Rupa Goswami explains in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Asa Bandha. We cannot give up hope. If you give up hope, then we are dead in our spiritual life. Hope has to be there. And why hope? What is the hope? He started thinking if the demons can be delivered, if Putana can be delivered, if Aghasura can be delivered, he started thinking there is a hope for me also. That is the qualification. Hope. Hope against hope. In the same way, we should also think that we are unqualified individually. But we are in the hand of qualified person. We are in the hand of Srila Prabhupada. We are in the hand of Srila Prabhupada qualified representatives. We are in the hand of previous acharyas. That is the hope. So, example is given of a bullet. Bullet is very powerful if it is in the revolver, right? But if you take out that bullet out of the revolver and throw, there will be some effect, but very insignificant effect. But if you shoot that same bullet from the revolver, is very, very powerful. Same bullet. So devotees are also like bullets. But it is not that powerful when it is separated. But the same bullet will be very, very powerful if it is in the revolver. What is the revolver? The spiritual master. If you are in the hand of a qualified spiritual master, that same bullet devotee will be very, very powerful. And that's why we should experience that. Bhava Sabba Sachi. We should become instrument in the hand of the Guru, in the hand of the Vaishnavas, in the hand of the previous acharyas. That is the qualification. Individually, not qualified, but as an instrument, very qualified. Because the main person is very, very qualified. So there is a second emotion. What is the first emotion? Unqualified. Second emotion or qualification? Hope. Then he started the journey. Because hope is there. So he started a journey. He started driving the chariot. And he started the journey early in the morning again. The journey begins early in the morning. Very interesting. Mother Jasoda also started the journey early in the morning. Akrura also started the journey early in the morning from Mathura to Nandagaon. But he reached when? Again, evening, at the time of sunset. That time Akrura reached the border of Vrindavan. So geographically, how far it is? Not so far. And he was not walking also, he was not doing Brajavandal Parikrama. He was on a chariot, not only chariot, it's a super high speed, high class, brand new chariot from Kangsha, I think top model chariot. Very fast, very fast. But it took so long time to reach the border of Vrindavan. Why? Because Akrura was in ecstasy. He was in completely absorbed in the thought of Krishna, Balaram and Vrindavan. So he was not in a position to understand which way chariot is going. So by this we should understand we cannot reach Vrindavan by car. If the chariot was not qualified, that level of chariot. So we cannot reach Vrindavan, we cannot enter Vrindavan by some mechanical device. So what was the qualification of Akrura? He was not thinking anything else other than Krishna, Balaram and Vrindavan. Absorption, not the chariot. So absorption is the qualification to enter into Vrindavan. Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada said, what is the symptom of Krishna consciousness? Thinking of Krishna. That is Krishna consciousness. And what is the perfection of Krishna consciousness? Always remember Krishna. Never forget Krishna. And that was the level of Krishna consciousness of Akrura. Okay. So Akrura was completely absorbed. So his chariot is going here and there, and somehow he managed to reach the border of Vrindavan. Absorption. When we are absorbed, then we will be totally unaffected by the dualities of material world. We will be completely unaffected. But in this world, we get affected. If some good time comes, we celebrate. Bad time comes, we become morose. That is the nature of this world. That's why we have to at least first tolerate the dualities of this world. Matras parsastu konteya sitasna sukha dukkhada agamapaina anitta stang titikshasya bharata. The beginning of absorption is first tolerate. Absorption is the perfection. We have to tolerate the dualities of this world. This is the world of dualities. Happiness, distress. Joy, sorrow. Victory, defeat. Profit, loss. Winter, summer. Feast, hunger. All dualities, right? So in that way, this is the world of dualities. What do we have to do? There is no choice other than to tolerate. Those who are intelligent, they tolerate. Those who are not intelligent, they get affected. Different emotions in different situations. Like wave, right? That's why those who are Krishna conscious, they don't celebrate joy when something good is happening in their life, so-called good. Because they know it is temporary. And they don't feel morose also when some bad time comes, because they also know this is also temporary. So they are not affected by the temporary good and bad of this material world, because they are focused in something which is permanent by nature. And what is permanent? Krishna consciousness. Even Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada said, political situations will keep on changing. Because Abhaycharan was giving the idea, very nice argument. The first duty is to free India from the British rule. It's a brilliant idea. But from the spiritual point of view, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, this is not a good idea. Any political situation cannot be a hindrance. Rather, Krishna consciousness movement to spread, irrespective of what kind of political situation the world is in. So Lord Chaitanya's teachings cannot wait for the change of the political situation. It is so urgent. That was the logic given by His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. And Abhay said, first time I was defeated, but I felt very happy being defeated by my spiritual master. So point to be noted from here is that the dualities of this world is the great hindrance for our absorption. The Brahmana in Srirangam, Chaitanya Charitamrita explains, he was completely absorbed. He was not able to recite the verses properly. He was not that learned, and that was a place of scholarship. The scholars used to laugh at him, ridicule him, but he was completely unaffected. Why? He was completely absorbed. Absorption. And he was experiencing love of God. And Lord Chaitanya could understand that. This man, this Brahmana, this Vaishnava Brahmana is a pure devotee of Krishna. He was completely absorbed. Absorption. So how absorption will come? Gopis are completely absorbed. Brajavasis are completely absorbed. The conditioned souls are also completely absorbed. But the object of absorption is different. We are completely focused. Dhyate Vishayan Pungsha. Completely absorbed. Absorption is always there, but subject matter should change. Where we talk about absorption means absorption in Krishna, absorption in Vrindavan, absorption in Krishna Katha. That is the Krishna conscious spiritual absorption. Right? How it will happen? Now we are absorbed in sense gratification. Now we have to change the subject matter or object of our absorption. The process is hearing. We have to hear again and again, again and again. And we have to hear from realized souls. And it is said in Srimad Bhagavatam, the sound vibration coming out from the heart of the or mouth of the realized soul carries the aroma of the dust of the lotus feet of Krishna. That's why it is very, very powerful. So we are discussing other day also acquired knowledge, realized knowledge, and revealed knowledge. Information is acquired knowledge. Transformation is realized knowledge. Complete transformation means revealed knowledge. So realization is very, very important. It's not a theoretical presentation. Prabhupada used to encourage the disciple, speak from your realization. And how information will become realization? When we practice that information in our lives. Practice. Engage the information. When you engage the information practically, that information will transform into realization. And they should speak. Because that sound vibration will have impact. Because those who are transformed, they can transform others. Because it carries the aroma of the dust of the lotus feet of Krishna. Very, very powerful. And what happens? Krishna is transferred from the heart of the speaker to the heart of the listener. That is the only way to receive Krishna in our heart. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Sadhaka Bunay Shravan Adi Shuddha Chitte Karaho Uday. We have to awaken that love of Godhead. What is the process? Hear. And hear with rapt attention. Then slowly, slowly, if you hear more and more, if you do kirtan more and more, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dashyam Shakyam Atma Nivedanam. Then gradually, we can increase our remembrance. More we hear, more we chant, more we can remember. And when we hear and chant 24 hours a day, then we can constantly remember Krishna. And that is the perfection. And that is the qualification to enter into Vrindavan Dham. Third qualification. Now time is quickly running. Then this verse talks about three qualifications. Whatever we recited today. In order to enter into Vrindavan, we have to give up fear, we have to give up pride, and we have to give up lamentation. That day also we are discussing by rolling on the dust of Vrindavan. Akrura did that. After that, this verse is spoken. After Akrura jumped out of his chariot, when he saw the footprints of Krishna Balaram on the dust of Vrindavan, he could not resist himself, control himself out of emotions. He jumped out of the chariot. So in order to enter into Vrindavan, we have to give up our chariot. Chariot means material attachments. We are very attached to our home, sweet home, beautiful car. So as long as we have that attachment, we will be at the border of Vrindavan. But if you want to cross the border, visa, if you need a visa, because immigration is sitting there, and that immigration officer will check how you are giving up your material attachment in the form of pride, fear, and lamentation. So Akrura jumped out of the chariot and started rolling on the dust of Vrindavan. And by this activity, he acquired these three qualifications. He gave up fear, he gave up pride, and he also gave up lamentation. And nicely Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains, Akrura gave up fear by openly showing his love and reverence for Krishna. Oh, he is not thinking, oh, what will happen if Kangsha comes to know I am a devotee of Krishna? He'll give me hard time. He may kill me also. But he was not thinking like that. He was completely fearless. But if you take the dust, if you take the shelter of the dust of the lotus feet of Krishna in Vrindavan, what happens? We become fearless. Shelter give us fearless attitude in our consciousness. Because we are not taking shelter, that's why you are fearful. Right? Pandavas were fearless. Prahlad Maharaj was fearless. Akrura was fearless. Pure devotees are fearless. Because they take shelter of Abhay Charan. The lotus feet of Krishna gives Abhay. Fearlessness. So Akrura became fearless. Then pride. Chariot means pride. Dust means humility. So we cannot roll on the dust properly if we are very proud. So pride is a hindrance to take shelter of the dust. That's why nowadays people don't touch dust. And dust is also not available. What is dust? There is no dust. Dust coming out, not on the ground. Dust is polluted dust in the air. But there is no dust on the ground because there is no ground. That is the situation. Pride. So you have to give up our pride. And next is lamentation. Lamentation, here it is explained, he gave up lamenting for his house, wife and family, which were in danger from King Kangsha. We should not think, oh, who will take care of my family? Who will take care of my house? They are in danger. What will happen? What will happen if it is gone? Right? Lamentation. This is the world of hankering and lamentation. And what is the symptom of a Brahmabhuta devotee? Brahmabhuta prasannatma na sachati na kangshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhakti labate param. Someone can attain the Brahmabhuta platform. That is not perfection, but that is the beginning of the perfection. And what is the symptom? Two symptoms is very prominently described in this verse. Hankering and lamentation. What is hankering? We hanker for something which we don't have. And we lament for those things what we have lost. And that is the journey of this material world, right? We lose, we hanker. We lose, we hanker. We hanker, we lose. This is the journey. Hankering and lamentation. And that's why we cannot be happy in this world. Because we cannot get everything what we hanker for. And definitely whatever we have, we are not going to keep it for long. Prabhupada said, we can lose it before we die, or definitely at that everything will be lost. So you cannot keep anything of this world. That's why lamentation. Why? Why is happening like that? I work so hard to earn money. But sadhus came and took charity. Lamenting. If you lament by charity, then you will not get the effect of charity. So we have to voluntarily give that, because that is the practice to come out from lamentation. Charity is the dharma of the grihasthas. Right? Dharma of the brahmachari is to study Shastra. Dharma of the grihastha is to give charity. Dharma of the vanaprastha is to do austerity. And dharma of a sannyasi is to travel and preach Krishna consciousness. So the dharma of the grihastha is to give charity. And I give the example, when someone can get the benefit of charity, when we give and that pinches our heart, that will give the benefit of charity. Because Krishna does not see how much you are giving. Krishna is thinking how much you are keeping in your pocket. Okay. If someone is earning just like Sridhar, Kolabechar Sridhar, the famous example, he was a businessman. I think very, very special businessman in the history. His product, his price, and his place of selling all were wonderful. The Kolabechar Sridhar used to sell products related to banana tree, banana flower, banana stem, banana leaves, whatever is there connected with banana tree, he used to sell. And it is explained that time, Mahaprabhu's time, each and every house in Navadvip had banana trees. By that, you can understand the demand of the market, demand of the product in the market. High demand. And as a businessman, he was more honest than Yudhishthir Maharaj. Very, very reasonable price. And Mahaprabhu also was not paying also. Even after so much of bargain. And how much profit he'll make? It's not explained. But if you have made some profit, then 50% he'll give for Ganga Puja. What a businessman. So why? Because 50% if you give, by hearing, when Prabhupada started talking about 50%, devotees started having heart attack. Prabhupada understood that and immediately he reduced by 50%. 50% of 50% is how much? 25. Now I heard that it came to 10%. Some percent, but I say percentage is not important. What is pinching the heart? Itna chala gaya. Itna mehnat ka kamai, itna chala gaya. So when you feel that pinch, then you'll get the purification. Purification comes from that pinch. That is the science of charity. Comfortable giving, you'll not get the benefit of charity. Because detachment comes, no? Detachment, lamentation. The quality of lamentation, the bad quality of lamentation will go away when we get the pinch of giving charity. Attachment goes away. Because we are very attached. In Kali Yuga, the most powerful attachment is attachment for money. Very, very powerful. So therefore, those who are in the grihastha order of life, the object of attachment has to be addressed very seriously. And Prabhupada said the best way, most effective way is to give charity in the form of helping this Krishna consciousness movement. Then slowly, we can come out from this problem of lamentation. But Akrura was completely free from lamentation. That's why he became eligible to enter into Vrindavan Dham. And what happens after that, we can discuss in the future. As time is up, thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. If you have any question, comment, because in my visit, today is the last class. Tomorrow I have to go to some other place. Hare Krishna. Mic should be on.
Maharaj, thank you very much for giving this class. Please keep coming to our temple more frequently.
That's not the question. Ask question.
Maharaj, the question was about this feeling unqualified. So many times I had this question. So when devotees are praising Prabhupada or some other personalities, they say, I am unqualified. What I thought was the gap between me and Prabhupada or some great personality is so high. So it is very easy for you to praise that person. So why are we saying unqualified in that case?
Who?
People generally say, right? Devotees say that I'm unqualified to praise.
But you don't have to tell others unqualified. Journey begins when you feel are unqualified.
But why I should feel unqualified? Because Prabhupada is so great.
But we are not
What's
talking
the difficulty in praising
we are
Prabhupada?
not talking about Prabhupada. We are talking about our individual journey. We are not telling Prabhupada was unqualified. Prabhupada will say is unqualified.
No, Maharaj, what I meant is when we are trying to praise Prabhupada or some, devotional spiritual master, we say, I'm unqualified to praise you, but still I am doing this.
Yeah.
But when the difference between you and them is so great, what is the difficulty in praising?
Because, okay, very good question. Nice question. Now I understood the question. Is thinking that why I should feel unqualified to praise a qualified person. Very good question. So who can glorify a qualified person? Only a qualified person. Who can understand someone is a pure devotee? Who is a pure devotee? That's why if you think that you are qualified to glorify Srila Prabhupada, means you are a Mahabhagavad. If you are, very good. But the symptom of Mahabhagavad is that they think they are most unqualified. Uttamadikari, devotee, he thinks everybody has become devotee except me. And Kanishtadikari Vaishnava, he thinks everybody is in Maya except me. That is the difference between Kanishtadikari Vaishnava and Uttamadikari Vaishnava. And that is a natural. You cannot understand this by logic. This is a natural emotion of a devotee who is very, very advanced. But I give the example also to understand logically. This is a spiritual, emotional understanding. But philosophically also it is correct. Just I give the example of a mountain and a person seeing that mountain. So mountain is very, very big, right or wrong? Huh? Very qualified. Very big. But a person, if he sees that mountain from a distance, what is the size of the mountain? Very small. And he start thinking, me and mountain looks like same size. I am equally qualified like mountain. Why he is feeling like that? Because he has no clear idea about the size of the mountain. Why? Because he is far, far away from the mountain. But when that same person starts moving towards that mountain, how his emotion will change, understanding will change. The mountain will start appearing bigger and bigger, and he will start realizing that he is smaller and smaller. But size is the same. Then why is changing? Because that person is coming closer to that mountain. In the same way, Krishna is like the mountain. And we are trying to understand that Krishna. And those who are very, very neophyte, far, far away from Krishna, they think Krishna and me, not much difference. I am very qualified. Why is thinking that? Because he is far, far away from Krishna. So who feels he is qualified? This symptom comes when that person is far, far, far away from Krishna. But when that person comes closer by the process of your devotional service, what happens into his emotions? When he comes closer to Krishna, two things start happening. He starts realizing the greatness of Krishna and start realizing how insignificant that he is. That is the emotion. So it's all about proximity, how close we are. So when we are very close to the great person, then we will feel that we are very, very unqualified. And when we are not close to qualified people, we think we are very qualify. One way to understand logically. Okay, Hare Krishna. There are many examples. Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you very much for all the association and all the classes. Today's class was how we go forward when the main point was attachment to things or people. Now, as grihasthas and especially as mothers, and with changing scenarios of children getting on their own, being their own, taking their own responsibility, getting married and other things, the onus, the age of responsibility of grihasthas is increasing. Now, how do we balance this as devotees? Because the attachment or responsibility we feel to take care of them when they are still with us, and then they are not getting into their grihastha lives, and our age is also passing. So how to make a balance, because that attachment only keeps on increasing as age goes.
That's why Prabhupada said this material world is a bad bargain. He said, and we should try to best use out of the bad bargain. So this world is difficult world. We think, oh, we are grihasthas, that's why we have problems. Brahmacharis and sannyasis, they think they don't have any problems. But each and every ashram has different kinds of problems to deal with. Attachment is the cause of bondage in this material world. We are attached. Material attachment. And Prabhupada used to explain material attachment and Krishna consciousness cannot go together. The Grihastha order of life is given. Prabhupada said it's not for whole life. Prabhupada explains in the purport of Srimad Bhagavatam, Grihastha life should be for 20 to 25 years. Marriage should happen at the age of 25 and up to 45, 50. They should continue their journey in the family life. And after that, they should enter into Vanaprastha. What is the meaning of Vanaprastha? We think retirement. No. Vanaprastha means complete dedication in the service of Radha and Krishna. No family duties, no social responsibilities. So that is the planning and preparatory phase. That is the Grihastha. So it is the duty of the Grihastha to make sure that their children are properly situated before they take up Vanaprastha. That's why I encourage, and others also encourage, if you want to get married, no problem. Get married very quickly. We give this slogan to the youth. If you want to get married quickly. 25 maximum purpose. 25 is the maximum age. But he told for Kali Yuga maybe 30. At the age of 35, we should forget about marriage. But the problem is at the age of 35, we start thinking about marriage. Right or wrong? So that is a problem. Getting married is not a problem, but getting married at a late age is a difficult situation. Why? Because then you have to carry on with your family duties till your last breath. Then where is the time for absorption? Where is the time for focus and complete dedication for the service of the Lord? That's why we have to plan properly. So if you want to enter into family life, plan properly. At the age of 25, get married, then quickly produce children, get them settled very quickly and retire quickly, because time is very short, because you have to die quickly. Because you don't live for 100 years. If you live for 100 years, then you should retire at the age of 50. But we don't know. It is said at the middle of our life we should retire. That's why Mahaprabhu took sannyas at the age of 24. Because he knew that he is going to live for 48 years. We have to learn from the life of the great personalities, and especially from the Supreme Personality of God. Planning. Mahaprabhu was also very systematic in his planning. So I heard that some leader said, if you cannot make it 50, maximum 60. But nowadays the time is that people don't live up to 60. Very difficult to know. Premature death is becoming very, very common nowadays. Why to take chance? So finish off the duty as soon as possible. Don't become irresponsible. Be responsible. Because retirement without settling children is irresponsibility. Human life is a life of responsibility. Spiritual life is the life of more responsibility. And Grihastha life as a devotee is more and more and more responsible situation. Very responsible position. That's why Srila Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada said, if I knew that if I can make my son or make my child Krishna conscious, then I am ready to produce 100 children. Because I am not confident about that, that's why I am not marrying. This is a great responsibility. Just like if we say, if the disciples cannot go back home, back to Godhead, then the spiritual master has to come back. Something is there. In the same way, if the putra or kanya, if they don't go back home, back to Godhead, then you have to come back again. Dangerous. So therefore, this material existence is dangerous. We have to know about it and prepare properly so that we can progress in our spiritual journey. It's not a sentimental journey. It's a very, very scientific, spiritual journey. And for that, we need proper planning under the guidance of an expert spiritual master. Hare Krishna. Sorry for long answer. Any other question?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my respectful obeisances. My question was about attachments. There are a lot of attachments which may bring us closer to Krishna in the sense that my parents, being in the moment, uh, if they are someone that reminds me constantly of Krishna, and if a lot of my conversations are about Krishna consciousness and service, does that still fall under material bad attachments, or how do we understand it? Because we have attachment to the guru, we have attachment to pure devotees in general for Krishna, right? So if we have such attachments to people who bring us closer to Krishna, is that still considered a negative attachment?
Very good question. So therefore, we have to check whether it's spiritual attachment or material attachment. Just like Kunti Devi is praying, Mahabhagavat lady. She is praying to the Lord, my dear Lord, please break all my attachment towards my sons. Who are the sons? Pancha Pandavas, pure devotees of the Lord. So why she is praying like that? To learn. Because if Kunti Maharani thinks they are my sons, then it is material attachment. But if she thinks they are the pure devotees of the Lord, what's happening? Okay. If she thinks they are pure devotees of the Lord and they are in my custody to take care of them, that is spiritual attachment. Externally, you cannot judge is a spiritual attachment or material attachment. I am attached to spiritual master. Why? Because my spiritual master, I don't know how to give examples. Why you are attached? This attachment is Krishna conscious. If you are attached to Krishna, spiritual master, spiritually, then what should be our goal? What is the symptom of the spiritual attachment? We should ask only one question. How can I serve you? So spiritual attachment means, Prabhupada said, it's not a sentimental thing. So once Prabhupada was in the airport and many devotees came to receive Prabhupada in the airport, giving flowers, throwing flowers, crying for Prabhupada. Then one of his secretary, he was there next to Prabhupada, who said, they have so much love, Prabhupada, for you. I don't have. What was the Prabhupada's response? He said, crying for me, giving flowers for me is very easy. But the thing you are doing is very, very difficult. That is the symptom of love. That is called burden of love. What responsibility you are taking for your spiritual master? That is the symptom of love, and that is the symptom of spiritual attachment. So if you have that, it is the success of life. Because spiritual attachment is the positive alternative of material attachment. We have to be attached. And when we become attached spiritually, then we naturally become detached from material attachment. Okay? But check, it is material or spiritual. There is a checklist. If it's not available with you, please check the checklist. Hare Krishna. Any other question? Mike? Today that side more questions. Okay.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Huh.
Maharaj, you told that if kids are not gone to back to Godhead, we have to come back again.
I heard like that. You can forget that, no problem. You can tell Krishna, I never heard. Detach from this hearing. Okay, no problem. What's your question? Any question?
Because next Janma we don't know.
This shows how responsible we should be to be a parent. We should not be in panic, but we should be in anxiety, spiritual anxiety. That is the austerity of parents. How to make my son or daughter Krishna conscious. That is the spiritual anxiety of the parent. Okay? Don't be panic. Panic means you will become non-performer. What will happen? What will happen? What will happen? This is also material because I have to come back. Means I am the center. Make Krishna the center. Anything else? Ask the question.
Is, for example, you said that when you give charity, you should feel the pinch. But you don't know when you get the pinch. For example, suppose if one is earning 1 lakh, he may feel pinch to give 500 rupees also. What about it?
Nice. Very good. So I'll tell you a story. Okay? This is the example, it's a classic example of a miser. Or 2 about 500, 1 rupee also. That is the example. So there was a lady, example of a lady. She was very attached to her wealth and totally miser. Doesn't want to give a penny to anyone, and especially to the sadhus. So one day, the husband was not there. There are many examples. One story, this is a very interesting story. So one sadhu came to ask for charity. And the ladies thought, I'll teach him a lesson today. That he'll stop begging in his life. So what she did? She brought some ash from the cooking. So she gave that ash to that sadhu. Thought that sadhu will be very disturbed. But sadhu also very happy because he knows how to beg. So he was very happy and became very thankful. That thank you so much that from today you started the journey of giving. Today you are giving me ash. Tomorrow you will definitely give me cash. So no problem. 500, let them give. At least they are giving. Right? That's why when you chant, you should not be, everybody should chant 16 rounds. I heard from one of my close friends, he said he was preaching to a person and continuously for years he was chanting, and he came to that Prabhuji and said, Prabhu, I am now chanting 64. So what devotees are so happy to hear that 64. Then he said, not 64 rounds, 64 times. So they are very happy in 64. It's a austerity for him. But we should not discourage that. At least he is chanting 64. Maybe that 64 times will become one day 64 rounds. So at least journey began. So 500 rupees is also okay. But generally it doesn't happen like that unless you are very, very special. That's why 25%, 10% is a pinch, I think. I don't know. Generally 10, 20 is the pinch. 50, attack. 50 is attack. So we don't want attacks. We want pinch. That's why percentage has been reduced. Hare Krishna. Any other question? So we'll end here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveta Bhakta Binda ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Hare Maharaj, let's just ask few devotees came into our Maharaj taking out so many lessons from each and every fasting. So we are very grateful for Maharaj. Because annually Maharaj comes 2 times with period of 5 to 6 days. So we express our gratitude for what they have got. Maharaj especially this weekend. We are chanting flowers. The movement will again be Maharaj's expectation. The Maharaj come more frequently. So Maharaj was planning to come in the month of April, and Maharaj had to go to Middle East. Maharaj said, "I'll come and then be there
3 days and goes," but then that plan got changed. Otherwise, we would have got again association during that time. But that was
Many places. Yeah. I have to travel many places because I have to start traveling frequently out of
Hare Krishna devotees. Thank you for joining. So we'll just I think we'll end the call now. Thank you for